Good morning, YouTube. Another day in the life of running our business.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is my dealership, NG Supercars. And we've got a busy day today. That Scud hopefully will be sold in about 2 or 3 hours. If you didn't know, this is my rebuilt title Scud that I bought. We put a lot of money into it, restored it a bit, cleaned it up, made it look nicer, put a hell of an exhaust on it. We put in a Valvetronic exhaust, which we sell on our website, normalguysupercar.com. Use the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off. And it sounds absolutely incredible. And it's been fun. I've put over 3,000 miles on it since I bought it earlier this year. So I think it's safe to say it runs just fine. It's been a hell of a thing to try and sell a salvage expensive car. We've actually sold only one other salvage car in our dealership histories, and that was a 458. It was like so dirt cheap that it just, no one cared. It was below $100,000, the deal of the century kind of thing. This is a little bit different because these, when they're in good condition, are $300,000 or sometimes more. So I put it at about half that, and people still complained and all this sort of crap and whatever. But a few people actually understood that this is a pretty good opportunity because the damage wasn't that serious. It was in 2012. Enough about that. We have a buyer coming to come get it. It's been an interesting time trying to sell this. Everyone's so scared that all this stuff is going to be wrong with it. Everyone keeps asking about all sorts of weird questions that have nothing to do with the accident. I feel like because of the accident history, the level of scrutiny is dialed up to 11.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
And that makes it much harder to sell. So that's why I don't think we really want to do too many salvage cars in the future. Certainly not very expensive ones. Maybe if they're just dirt cheap. But here's the funny thing. There's this weird thing about when you sell a car as a dealer or get a deposit or whatever, as soon as you have a deal, everyone else wants the car. It's so strange. So I've had a couple of offers. A lot of stuff fell through. People test drive the car, all that sort of stuff. And then this week, I've got 2 people wanting to put down deposits. The guy flying out today to come look at it. I had another person who was like begging me to put a deposit on it, but it was too late because the other guy already had a plane ticket or whatever. And I had 2 other people who said they wanted to put deposits on it. All this week. Nothing, and then just a deluge of interest. I don't know. Anyway, we've got to do a few things though. We're still working on this 458, installing an IP exhaust for a client. If you didn't know, if you buy an exhaust from us and you're in town or can get your car to us, we will consider installing it for you along with some other parts. So we don't generally do service on clients' cars unless it's a conversion or if it's something like an exhaust install. We don't do stuff like oil changes and basic maintenance. So we get asked that occasionally, like, hey, can you service my car or find out what's wrong with it and sort of stuff. And we don't want to get into that business yet. Someday we will. We're not there yet. We really need a full-time mechanic in order to do that sort of thing. And Josh and I don't have the time to be full-time mechanics. That's about halfway done. The old exhaust is out. The new exhaust will go in. That's going to be another video, so check it out. We have windshields. Yeah, we have 2 windshields. So this Lamborghini Superleggera, when we got it, yeah. I don't know if you can see that crack. It's kind of hard to see. There you go. See that crack? It's not spreading. We may have to hit it with a bat or something later. Anyway, we got a new windshield for it, and also got a new windshield for Josh's car. His just has 1,000 pits in it. It's not like it's cracked. It's just, it looks awful. Look at this. It's like, well, it's kind of hard to see, but no matter how much you clean it, there's just pits everywhere. It's not such a big deal until you get in sunlight. So that's gonna happen probably next week or something. We finally got this Porsche back and cleaned up, and then the suspension had a wonky issue with it, so we had to fix that. Now it's ready to go. So if you happen to want a Targa, it is an automatic, unfortunately, but it's still cool. It's a 997. We'll talk about this in another video. This gets shipped out today. So this was a client's car. We did a manual conversion on it. It needs to go. And that is what I need to do right now. I need to shuffle the deck. So I need to get that car over there, this car right there, that car right here, my car inside. Yeah, so I gotta move around stuff, and I need to move that box with all the glass in case the guy coming to check out the Scud wants to do a test drive. So let me shuffle the deck, and then we'll reconvene, because today's auction day. It's Wednesday, so we need to hopefully buy some stuff. Also, real quick, if the deal goes through on the Scud, we're getting an absolutely absurd vehicle. No one will ever be able to guess what the hell it is. It's just, I mean, I'll admit, I wanted that deal to go through more than the other deals because I wanted to get this vehicle. Not because I want it, but because it's so insane, like absolutely insane. Feel free to guess in the comments below. We're almost into the season where we can leave the doors open. So we can leave them open in the morning for a little bit. I need to let that Porsche run for a few minutes. I just started it and it barely started. The battery's toast, or at least it's almost dead. So I need to just get a charge. We didn't leave it on a trickle charger. It probably needs to be put on a trickle charger. Usually we try and keep our cars on a trickle charger when they're not being driven just because of that exact reason. You just never know. Like, you know, you can see, got that guy plugged in right there. Okay, so I moved out the 509 over there. Porsche is gonna come right where the 360 is, but I need to move the 360 out, and then I'm gonna put the little 356 right there, a Speedster, because it's so tiny, it can actually squeeze in right next to the Mustang. It's a tight fit, but you know. It takes like 10 minutes to move around all that stuff.
A few moments later.
Well, deal is done. Dude came out, drove the car, likes it, and we are doing the trade plus cash. So I am getting a vehicle that you'll just have to see to understand. I'm debating if I'm gonna fly up and drive it home or just ship it. We'll see. It's kind of up by Hoovie, so I might swing by Hoovie's and see his farm. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. So that's done. I need to wrench on the 458 some more, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. I think we kind of missed all the auctions, so we didn't buy anything today. Oh, we did sell a car just, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. We sold the Porsche that I showed you earlier in the video, the black one. Yeah. The Targa. Just sold wholesale, so bye-bye. All right, so I've been wrenching on the 458, kind of doing that. Josh had to run some paperwork around, and even though we sold the Porsche today, here's the crazy thing about doing wholesale transactions. They're actually gonna pick it up tonight. So they want me to just leave it outside and stuff. All right, cool. No longer our car, so I don't care. I'll leave it outside. Anyway, so I need to move this car, move that car. I think that's all I'm doing today is just shuffling cars and working on that thing. Well, you know, the Scud sold. That's good. So 2 cars sold one day. That's not bad.